Welcome back to Morgan's video blog, Morgan's online blog in video format. Today I'm coming to you from CoNZealand, the virtual WorldCon. So this week has been, shall we say, a little frantic. Every summer, the science fiction and fantasy community gathers together in space somewhere in the world. This year, the site was supposed to be New Zealand, where no WorldCon has gone before. Well, while the slogan still works, I didn't get to see Hobbiton or spend over 24 hours on a plane. Instead, I get to meet and visit with all those fans and writers and everyone else online. Surprise, surprise, just like everything this year. As the WorldCon staff helped out with the virtual Balticon I did Memorial Day weekend back in May, I wanted to help pay them back for their help with us. I may have gotten in a little over my head. This might sound familiar to people who have been watching me in the past. For the past month, I've been helping train the panelists on Zoom, train up staff on how to use Discord. I created a virtual tour demo that debuted yesterday that I'll be running daily during the convention, or at least through Saturday. And one of the other staff members is running the one on the flip side of the clock. And since the day the convention started, at least in my time zone, I've trained up over 10 new Zoom hosts to help with staffing. And of course, because I'm a completist, I've been keeping an eye on the Discord chat and helping out where I can. There were some issues that some people ran into logging into the WorldCon site. So helping people get started is a bit of a more Herculean task than we were hoping, and the entire staff deserves a whole bag of cookies for helping everyone they could through the unfortunately messy process. Not to mention, before I got on staff, I'd signed up to be a panelist and submitted a few panels that I thought I, as a querying writer, and not an expert in other fields, might be a good panelist or speaker for. And they put me on 2 of them. I was on both what to expect when you're ready to query and how to establish a social media presence. And there's one thing I should probably mention. In honor of the convention hosts, everything's in New Zealand time. So both of my panels were on the first day. In my time zone, it was 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time with 3 other lovely panelists where we talked all about the querying process with real live agents in the audience giving feedback, which was a little unnerving but very encouraging. And I was moderating and I'd been doing all this other stuff and threw together all my notes about 15 minutes before the panel started. But as I did propose this subject, I did have ideas of where I thought the panel should go, and my other panelists communicated ahead of time via email what they wanted to discuss. It was a great panel. Thank you for joining me on it if you're watching this. So my next panel was at 2300 New Zealand time, or as people on the East Coast like to say, 7 a.m. So unfortunately, I had to miss several hours of programming because Morgan needs her sleep. And my alarm went off at 6:30 in the morning, well, 6:20, so I could get ready to prep and log in early. I reached out to I logged in to my schedule to go to the Zoom meeting, and I found out that all except one of the other panelists had already been dropped from the schedule. And as I found out via email after the panel concluded, that final other panelist had also dropped. But when I got in, I found out it was just me. Well, so I powered on. It's me. I think we all know that Morgan can talk. And the subject for this one, how to establish that all-important social media presence. If you've been around for a couple years, you might remember when I tried to do a blog post on this, it turned into a 6-part series. Well, 5.5. One of those was an April Fool's Day one. So I spent 30 minutes monologuing, and the audience was lovely and gave questions and was super supportive, and it went really well. At least as far as I know, and as far as the feedback I got. Maybe people are complaining elsewhere. So I finished that panel, and then I went back to bed for like 4 hours. Today has been busy, but there have been a lot fewer fires. Let me know how your week's been going. How has your writing been going? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, tune in again next week for more writing tips and writerly musings. Bye-bye.